ayoko magpabaksin. Bakit? Para ma-infect ako ng pag-ibig mo. Kaya, my dear friends, ayoko na sa earth. What happens when God would say, ayoko na sa earth? Ayoko na sa earth. I happened to read this quite funny FB message. Ayoko na sa earth. The message outlines 5 reasons why. Lahat nga ng presyo tumaas na. Ako na lang hindi pa. Nagmamahalan ang lahat ng bilihin. Pero sa akin ay walang nagmamahal. May unlimited rice ka pa. Ita mo namang may diabetes ako. Mapagbigay ka sa inuman, sa mga pulubi, kahit barya, wala man lang. Palambing-lambing ka pa sa akin, pero may iba ka palang nilalambing. Eto pa, mga new normal hugot. Ayoko magpabaksin. Bakit? Para ma-infect ako ng pag-ibig mo. COVID-19 ka ba? Bakit? Kasi kapag lumalapit ka, nahihirapan akong huminga. Kaya, my dear friends, ayoko na sa earth. Promise. There are times in my life that I would say that to myself too. Ayoko na sa earth. I am sure many would say that once in a while. As I read the 14th Sunday readings, I notice that despite the unbelieving people's behavior, God remains God. He remains who He is. He continues to pursue the love of His life, His people. What happens when God would say, ayoko na sa earth? And then He would say, I go to the planet Mars instead. That should be the end of the planet Earth and all the creatures living in it, including us. It's a real ungifting. But God is God. He is the same God yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He is the same God who offers His gifts to us. In the first reading, which is taken from the book of the prophet Ezekiel, God called the prophet Ezekiel to prophesy to the Israelites who were exiled in Babylonia. Ezekiel was sent to Israelites who were rebellious. The first reading says, Son of man, I am sending you to the Israelites who rebelled against me. They and their fathers have revolted against me to this very day. Hard to face and obstinate of heart are they to whom I am sending you. Of course, Prophet Ezekiel did not say, ayoko na sa earth. He was obedient to God and His calling. God could have said this, ayoko na sa earth with these rebellious people, foolish and sinful people. He could have left them suffering Babylonia. He could have ungifted them. But God is God. We cannot fathom His merciful heart and His gifts. In the second reading, which is taken from the second letter of Paul to the Corinthians, it tells us that God is still present in the life of Paul. God makes Himself felt by gifting Paul a thorn in the flesh. A thorn in the flesh is something which makes Paul suffer. According to Paul, God does this so that Paul may not become proud of the many blessings he received from God. Paul asked God 3 times to remove this thorn in the flesh from him. He could have said, ayoko na sa earth. Ayoko na sa earth, Lord. Paul was assured by God and his very gift My grace is sufficient for you, for power is made perfect in weakness. When Paul is weak, that is the time when the power of Christ could penetrate into his being. Jesus experienced badly with his own people when he went home. He was rejected. After the teaching of Jesus in the synagogue, people were astonished. Yet they said, "Where did this man get all this? What kind of wisdom has been given to him? What mighty deeds are wrought by his hands? Is he not the carpenter and the son of Mary, and the brother of James and Joseph and Judas and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us?" They could not believe that Jesus has such a wonderful gift. Jesus could have said, "Ayoko na sa earth, dalhin niyo ako sa Mars." In his hometown, he healed a few sick people by laying his hands on them. The Mass is our refuge when life seems to be making fun of us and when life is not fun to live anymore. It gives us with strength to continue to believe and to do good things. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next weekend. God bless you more and always.